called Andhra Pradesh in the southern part of India. Take my decisions. I was just doing it because people were doing it. Yeah. Oh, just come. You're the board topper. Oh my God, you were picked up by the institution for the premium patches. Oh, please come. We would love to have you. You're that. You're this. Suddenly, I was worshipped. I slept off around 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and I woke up the next day in the morning. My mother. Hi everyone. Welcome to this channel, sujipages. Thank you to all of you who has decided to click on this video and watch the content that I share in this YouTube channel. But before that, let me tell you why I have created this channel. I am preparing for a competitive examination which is seen as one of the toughest in India. So I have decided that I want to document my life, my preparation, my break, my strategy, my short term, long term goals, how I'm balancing things, how I'm working on my personality, all of that, so that one day when I turn back and look into my life, this acts as a reservoir of memories and makes me feel good. That is the main idea behind this. But other than that, I do have a feeling that whatever I'm doing has to be seen because a lot of the things that are going unseen, like I have just mentioned, do carry a significant importance in our lives because all the people who have achieved great feats in their life, they only show the celebrations. So what happened was at one point in my life, I was also got trapped and I thought that, oh, this has to look a particular way. Oh, these people do not suffer. Oh, this has come very easy to them. So I was also having my own misconception. So I thought, so why not give it a try and record this journey for myself and my future self, for the people who are interested in similar content or the information. But before all of that, let me just give you a brief introduction about myself. I come from a place called Andhra Pradesh in the southern part of India. If you know, you know. If not, India is a beautiful country. Please do visit. I also happen to come from a coastal city which is again very beautiful. As I was born and brought up at the same place, I have done all my basic schoolings in the same place. So majority of my life I was very protected. I had limited exposure and I do not really know that people beyond this do exist. So what I have decided is for my bachelor's, which is BTech, I have done my BTech. For my bachelor's, I must cross the state to see how the world looks like because I was always craving exposure as a child. So I have successfully managed to clear my IIT JEE examination, the first level, which is called mains. I have had decent marks in my boards as well, where I topped my class 11 boards, and I have also cracked a good couple of university examinations for the entrance examinations and all of that. Finally, I have picked up a university and a branch according to my needs and according to the comfortable things that I'm expecting and according to the NIRF ranking and all of that. So I happened to cross the state, but the very first thing that happened to me was a big and huge culture shock. Uh, to mention few things, I have seen people who are way more presentable than me, who are way more confident than me, who are way more smarter than me, who are excellent in academics, who are brilliant in co-curricular activities, and who carry themselves in such an elegant way that I was like, oh, even I have to learn this. So there was a huge transformation that has happened from my class till my class 12, from my class 12 till my BTech. To share some of my achievements, I was an above average student for sure. I showed tremendous interest in co-curricular activities. I used to participate in sports, never backed any prizes or such. I had an academically bent personality. I managed to secure very good positions in science fair competitions. At a younger age, I have given many seminars on the eve of International Year of Chemistry, the achievements of chemistry, and I also worked on few projects in physics and all of that stuff related to environment. And I have, as a kid, I was exposed to brilliant ideas like green energy, the food, the fuel, the environment, the pollution, all of that. So all of this has transformed my personality. I was very keenly interested in what's happening around me, the solutions, how can I solve this, or how can I understand what's happening around me. So most of my personality has been influenced by the academics activities that I was participating in, like the science fairs, the debates, the seminars, and all of that stuff. And a part of me also was getting influenced from the extracurricular activities that I was doing, like the sports, the music, the dance, and the drama, theater, all of that. So I consider myself as a person who has a blend of all of this. So I thought, if I don't start this YouTube channel now, I'll be never able to start this, as I do have FOMO, I do have the fear of being judged, I do have fear of being criticized, all of that. But part of me also told that if I don't start it now, I'll be never able to start this. And later, in the later stages of my life, if I have to turn back and see, instead of telling myself that, oh, I should have tried, I would rather happy if I say, oh, I tried, but I failed. So it's okay that I've tried. So this is the main motto of me starting this YouTube channel. Coming to the second aspect of this, I thought this is kindly a darker side of my story, but let me just tell you. Like I've said, I was doing academically brilliant till my high school. By brilliant, I mean I was an above average student who was considered as good enough, good to go. I used to be in the top 10 of the class, top 1, top 2, top 3, very rare. Not my feats. I was also not aiming for that. So I was used to be in top 10 sometimes after that, like top 20. So it's like that. Because I have huge personality that is coming from different aspects of my life. It was very balanced. I used to play. I never used to study on Saturdays. I used to just be very lively. Um, I happened to change my school after my class 8, and I happened to enter into a school which is considered as one of the uh, competitive beasts. Like I would say, it is one of the beast of the beasts when it comes to, for example, okay, if you're a North Indian, if you're watching this, you definitely know about the quota, which we also have something, a series on it, about it on the Netflix. So how quota is for IIT JEE and NEET, we do have something very similar, probably robust than that in the southern part of India, especially in my state. This state is very well known for its academic curriculum, the competition, the schools, the quality of education, the quantity of the masses of the students. Everything used to be brilliant. So I happened to enter into one of that beasts when I was in class 9 and 10. So in that school, this co-curricular side of mine, this academic side of mine was kept on a hold because we were not allowed to participate in the science fairs. There were very less drama, there was very less sports, all of that, because we are in class 9 and 10. We have to be a little more serious about the board examinations that were coming up. So still, a part of me, like I said, do have a very keen personality about what's happening around me. There were head girl competitions that were being conducted in my school, so I thought, let me just go and participate in that. I imagine that I'll win it. Somehow I won it. So that brought out the leadership qualities in me, how I managed my school, how I solved the student problems, how I became a good listener to what people are bringing to me, and how I'm offering solutions to them, how I'm bringing people to one common platform and giving them a middle solution where neither of the parties were uh, disappointed. So I was trying to bring uh, equity among all the people who are the participants in that. So like that, I got exposed to a new role of leadership. Again, the non-academic side of mine was getting shaped. So parallelly, I started to focus on my academics. So till now, I was in the top 10 of my class in my previous school. But in this school, since I am already doing what I like and new exposure, suddenly the academic side of me started to take huge shape. I There was a initial section shuffling test. If you know what it is. So that was conducted, and I told myself that okay, I want to top this. I really told myself that I wanted to top this. On the day of the results, I not only topped the uh, class, the school, I also ended up topping the state. I was in the top 25 in the state list. Suddenly, I gained respect. Suddenly, I gained confidence of people, the trust of people. Suddenly, I started attracting people to be my friends. I was always introverted and reserved. Like I was calmer and confident rather than uh, it's just I could not speak amongst people. So I was always calm. Calm is my confidence. So from there, it was a huge. It was one of a. It was a huge phase of my life, and back to back, I started topping my classroom, my states, my districts, my zones, all of that in my sectional test, in my full length test. As we were getting trained for the IIT JEE examination right from our younger ages of the school. So this is what had happened, and somehow I ended up being selected for a premium batch where they've asked me to come to the capital city so that they could train us in a better way. But somehow I have turned down the opportunity as I was not looking for anything like that too soon in my life. But after that, class 10 went well. I topped my school. I was also one of the toppers of the districts. It's okay-ish. After that, I went on to my class 11, where I was hell bent on joining the college hostel, as all my friends were doing. My parents clearly told me that they would get me a home tutor in the sense, a person who comes and teaches you, or you can also go to their home and learn. And for cheaper rates, back then, for cheaper rates, we got people to do that. Monthly, if you pay 500 rupees, they'll teach you everything. Hundreds of students, 200s of students, like that. But I was like, no, my friends are going, so even I want to go. So I ended up going to a hostel, not at all tallying what are the options that I have, what are the uh, not so rational side of it. So I was not rational. I could not take my decisions. I was just doing it because people were doing it. So I ended up in a place where there was no sunlight. I got vitamin D deficiency. The food was pathetic, horrible. I used to fall sick so often. They never used to give phones. We could not talk to our parents. I was completely into homesick. I became even more quieter. There were no extracurricular activities, no sports, no games, nothing. Morning 6 o'clock, you have to be in class studying. It will end at 9 10 p.m. So completely, I got into a darker side of the academic institutions, which kind of was torture for me, honestly speaking. And I again somehow managed to top the boards in the sense, I think I was in the top 5, not top 1 2 3 for sure. So that score in my class 11 was again a very good score. But what I have realized is there was huge what should I say? There was huge imbalance between what they're teaching, what I'm learning. What they are teaching is on one page, what I am learning is on the another page. So I was in a position where I got negative marks in my own class, where I was getting single digit marks in the very physics, chemistry, mathematics where I used to top. And I thought this is not working. Let me just go back to my home and I'll be a day scholar. So I have come home and I shifted my branch because, like I said, this is one of the beast institutions. It is all over the state. So wherever you go, it will be there. So I have come to my home and I have become a day scholar. And uh, when I told them that I'm shifting my campus and I want to be a day scholar, they're like, wow, just come. You're the board topper. Oh my God, you were picked up by the institution for the premium patches. So please come. We would love to have you. You're that, you're this. Suddenly I was worshipped. I did not enjoy the worshipping moment this time. But other than that, what happened was slowly, okay, I realized that people whom I was competing with in my class 9 and 10 in my school, these are the same people whom I have in this day scholar batch. So basically, these are my old friends. From school to college, they just started from point A and they just ended up in point B, and I just happened to be with them. Slowly, over time, gradually, instead of picking up my confidence, because these people are nothing, these are the same people whom I was beating out. I was literally thrashing them down in the examination because they used to be in different positions and I used to be state ranker. I was like, oh, okay. But strangely, to my surprise, I was the one who got class last position continuously for 4 to 5 times. And the same people who worshipped me, saying, oh my God, we are great to have you, those same people made me stand up in my classroom and they told me that they are removing me from this topper section, and they're putting me in a duller section. I clearly remember the word. I was devastated. I was like, how can you do this? What is this topper duller? And I thought, uh, what is this? Like, what exactly is happening? It took me so many days to understand what the vice principal just told me. I was looked down upon even by the floor in charge. These people have floor in charge, campus in charge, class in charge, some bullshit, all of that. I was even looked down by this floor in charge. I was often mocked. I was told, oh, you told you'll study. You can't even get. One person challenged me to get last but one position if I have guts. I still do remember every single piece of information clearly. I was actually traumatized as well. Okay, all of that in some other video. So, the very campus which I have selected all by myself, saying I want to be in this campus, I want to be a day scholar, I want to be happy, I want to study all of that. Suddenly I started hating the place, suddenly I started hating the people, and suddenly out of nowhere I realized that I just can't go to this campus anymore. It's not working. Nobody looked like my friends, nobody looked like lecturers that are going to give me information. Nobody wanted to be my friends, because who wants to be friends with a person who is not studying and who is ending up getting last position in the class? To the fact of the matter, considering the facts of the matter, I once approached a lecturer asking a doubt, and the person did not clarify my doubt because he thought it's a waste of time. Instead, the topper of the class was given um, priority, and those kids' doubts were taken. See, now I can't hate those people. The students did not do anything, but I ended up hating those people at one point. I never wanted to see their faces. I never wanted to even be in their vicinity. I hated the people who were once upon my friends. I stopped talking to people. I cut off all the communication. I became isolated. A depressing phase of my life started. Then I told myself that if this happens, I'm gone. My dream of crossing the state, my dream of getting into one of the finest universities of India will be gone. So, but if you see, I'm approaching the end of my class 12, so there is very less time. For 2 years, I did not study. Suddenly, where will I go and perform? So it was more of like that. So I thought, anyways, the revision classes are going on. Basically, my fundamentals were messed up. In my first college, they were teaching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the second campus, they were teaching 100, 99, 98. So neither did I cover this, nor did I cover this. I ended up nowhere. So I don't even know what concepts, what chapters are there. So I thought, okay, if this continues, I'm gone. My chapter is closed. I'll end up like a nobody. It's done and dusted. My dreams of getting into a good universities literally had come to an end. It became like that. Then I told myself that no, let me study on my own. I gathered my guts and to do it on my own. So I came to my house. So they told there was one test. So I went, I gave the test. There was one test in the morning, and there was one more test in the afternoon. I gave the first test. I realized that I don't know more than 10 questions. I left the paper. I told I'm getting headache. I told nobody. I took the auto and I have come back to my home. I came, I slept off. I slept off around 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and I woke up the next day in the morning. My mother asked me what happened. I did not answer. I just locked up my room and I just slept off. See, that is a stress response of the body. You wanted to do it, but you're in a helpless situation to do it, and you start hating yourself, you start blaming yourself. Everything, all of this stuff has happened. So from there, I have decided that okay, whatever I do, let me just take care of the remaining time left. So in the remaining time left, which was roughly around 3 months, let's say, I sat at my home. I stopped going to the college to an extent, and I told myself that whatever has happened, now I'll study whatever I have. What did I have in my hand? NCRT textbook, previous year questions, my class notes. So these are the three that I had. I took these three I took these three books of every subject: mathematics, physics, chemistry. I studied it like that is the final destination of my life, to simply put. I've studied in such a way that I was mad, like that I was studying. My parents were very worried. We had internal fights in my own home, like, oh my god, she's not going to college. What happens to your future? I cut out all the noise. I locked my door. I used to go to the terrace. I used to study, study, study. There were definitely fights. There were definitely disappointing faces from my own parents. Thankfully, now everything is fine. There were definitely mocking and taunting by neighbors, all of this. When good things happen, people come. When bad things happen, people don't come at all. So I was like, let it go to hell. So I have taken plain white paper, pen, pencil. This is what I was doing. I started studying, and I started to understand the concepts. But because if you see, I had a very strong base till class 10. After that, a strong base in the sense, I had an academic orientation, but it was not given wings. So I kind of ended up devastating myself. Then there was this confidence that I have achieved in my life over time, from leadership, from co curricular activities, from the debates, seminars, science fairs, all of that. So I started developing interest again, and I studied. I managed to clear the first level of IIT JEE examination. Let me tell you, after giving the examination, I came out because I solved very few questions, and my father asked me how it went. I said I did not solve many questions. I think it's gone. So on the day of the result, I did not even check my result. I told my parents that no, I won't be able to clear it. My father did not have food. I still remember. I was also like, "Che, inta daridram situation ante inta, like, it's gone ante it's gone." Suddenly, my friend called me and she's like, "You cleared the examination. Congratulations." I was like, "What?" And then she told, "Yes, you cleared the examination." My father started eating food. The next day, he also got sweets. So that was funniest part. We all laughed on it after sitting through the situation. But yeah, so then I started preparing for the second phase of the examination. I do not really know the result of it because again I did not check, because obviously I won't be able to make through it. But the first level definitely I cleared with good margin, and the IPA marks will be calculated for us to get into admission into the NITs and all. So for which I was definitely eligible. So this was my story. So I thought, if whatever had happened from literally 100, if you have come to zero, again there are higher chances that you can go from 0 to 100 as well. So I think I'm one of the highly qualified persons to speak on this and my journey and all of that, because I have seen worst, darkest of the darks and the brightest of the brights as well. So the main idea behind this is, if you're a person thinking you can't do anything in life, not just academics for that matter, anything, then it is your chance to just reconsider whatever you're doing and just give it wings. Like a very dear friend of mine told that I have to give wings to my personality, which I'm doing right now. So yes, this is the background of why I have decided to start my YouTube channel. You'll be seeing more of my personal life, how I'm planning, how I'm studying, all of that. So if you like this video, I know this is pretty big story, which is around plus 20 plus minutes, but if you like, you like. If you don't like, you don't like. That's okay as well. So I also thought of doing some makeup videos or probably some get ready, all of that, because I love doing that, but I don't think I'll nail that. This is where my strongest interest is coming from. So I thought, let me just give shape to my wings. Let me just give wings to my personality. So yeah, I'll see you in the upcoming videos. Bye bye.